This episode of the Totally Rad Show is brought to you by Ting. Coming up, it's time to get out your mobile devices because we've got some totally rad mobile game picks.
It's summertime, and that means there's not a lot of big video games being released, so it's a perfect time for us to check in on our mobile devices for some picks. Mobile picks. Dan?
Pick it.
Mobile man?
Pick it.
I was doing it. Well, what else do you want me to say?
No, you're
mobile
right.
picks.
Mobile picks.
What have you been playing on your mobile devices, senor?
Well, if by mobile you mean my iPad,
That's mobile.
That's mobile.
it's got agility to it. It's dexterous. I found a fantastic game, must play. I always say every time, you guys never listen to me, we gotta play it. It sounds like you won't want to play it at
more
first.
than must, it would
But
probably
yeah.
be.
It's called The Act. And
Oh, I played that.
like Dragon's Lair or whatever,
Except
but not. So awesome. I'm so glad you played
Act.
it because
Interesting.
it is one of the great. It's basically it's in this vein of a Dragon's Lair or whatever. It's fully animated, but you gesture left and right to control random things per scene.
Nice.
Basically the emotion of the character, but the main character. It's like a animated.
Love story.
Right, but animated silent film. It's Buster Keaton or Charlie Chaplin. But really, it's an awesome, like if you just could just watch it, you would love it. Absolutely love it. But then
But you can't
with
just
the control
watch it.
with the control scheme, it's not like guess up, guess right, guess left, guess down. You really do have to be in sync. I've never felt so attached to the character, to his want, which is this woman. You have to, like, there's the moment where you're both sitting at a table and there's a coffee cup and you're like, you poured the coffee for her and she's looking but she doesn't want it and you have to...
You have to flirt with
Yeah,
her.
you have to flirt, push it over and then she looks at you and they have to look the other way and then
Yeah.
she looks back at you. You're like completely like doing it. You're
Wow.
in the character's shoes. It's a phenomenal game.
And then do you guys bang, or what's up?
you gotta make it to the end. You gotta make it to the end. You gotta see what happens.
Oh, the act of lovemaking.
And then and it's very short.
Very short.
Yeah, And then the other thing I was gonna say is Amazing Alex.
I love that.
Which actually the character is a small, spiky-haired blonde guy. It's
Amazing.
from Rovio, guys who do Angry Birds.
Yeah.
It's basically to build Rube Goldbergian contraptions. So you think of games like that I've loved, like Enigmo and
Where's my water?
Where's My Water? Except that you don't have to find the correct solution, or P-Core is another one, but you can, like, there's random solutions that you just use the stuff they give you, and then you can see other people's solutions as soon as you solve the level, or even if you don't, you can see what other people did. But it's got the crisp, clean clarity of an Angry Birds. Super fun.
Interesting.
Can I tell you something total side note real
Yeah.
quick?
Yeah.
When I was a kid and I was teaching myself programming languages, I started with Pascal. I tried, the game that I had in my head that I wanted to write, that I tried to write and got nowhere on, is a game where there was just a room full of objects and you could put them in a certain order and create things. Yeah.
You gotta play Amazing Alex.
Dude, it was me the whole time. You just didn't know me yet.
Speaking of you,
Yes.
what have you been playing?
Well, it's funny.
On your mobile.
As this was coming up, I was like, oh, you know what? There's so many things, so I could just go on the App Store and try to find something, whatever. And I was like, well, I'm gonna tweet out, hey, we're doing a picks. Is there something that I might have missed that people could do? And there were a lot of repeats of this game. And I went on the App Store and I looked at it and I was like, this is not a game that I would think I would like.
What is it called?
It's called MinoMonsters. MinoMonsters. Now, the reason why I decided, well, I'll give it a shot, is it's free.
It's good
Right?
reason. Good reason.
Because I was like, well, hey, it looks like, it's basically Pokemon.
Free with in-app purchases?
Free with in-app purchases, but again, you don't need to do the in-app purchases. But literally, I spent so much more time than I should ever have spent playing this game. Because it's basically, it's like, there's a story of like a guy who has a dragon friend, and he like gets shipwrecked on this island, and then you start, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm fighting this guy. but it becomes super sweet. You can knock them out and then feed them candies, and then you get them, and then you can level them up.
So
That's
super
Pokemon.
Sweet,
It's-
super
it's
sweet.
it's Pokemon.
Dude, it literally, and as
Or
you're leveling,
Outer
you can
Knots.
choose.
You should try Outer Knots.
I should, because who knew I would be the guy who's like, I like it, but
Outer Knots is a new Insomnia game
but it scratches
that,
everything.
that is on Facebook.
Wow,
just
that's
came out.
interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've
Guys
if
that did
I'm yet-
Ratchet and Clank.
I know, but I don't know if
just-
I'm yet interested in doing anything on Facebook like that. Like, I'm not in the game center. Like, I'm like, I just want to play my game. I just want to play my game. I don't want people to see that I'm playing my game. I don't want people hearing about me playing my game all the time when they don't want to know about me playing my game. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but the thing that they really did great in this game, one, it looks amazing. It's great aesthetic. It's very well designed. But two, they make the leveling mechanic very satisfying, and the fights are very satisfying. So every time you hit the other people, certain things fly out of them. You have to touch them before they disappear. Some of them are health back to you, some of them are experience, and some of them are power up, which then will allow you to do these power moves. And you can store up power for the bigger bad guy. I mean, it really was sort of, I was shocked at how much I found myself sort of strategizing with and you can switch out your little guys. It was fun. I was shocked.
See?
MinoMonsters. But also, it's free. I mean, why wouldn't you
Have you
try
spent
it?
any money on it? No,
No,
none
no,
at all?
no, I won't do that.
I won't do that.
Well, two of my guys are
My
asleep
pick
right now, so
is
I gotta-
probably pretty predictable, knowing my history. It is a board game that has been converted onto the iOS devices.
Which one?
It is called Summoner Wars, which is a fantastic board game. And when everybody was all hip hip hurraying about
Summoner Wars.
Hero
Did we?
Academy, yeah, maybe Summoner Wars Master Set I have, so we maybe played it. When everybody was all going all crazy about Hero Academy, I kept saying, Hero Academy is basically Summoner Wars. And it's true, Summoner Wars has the benefit of having been around a lot longer, has been refined and refined and refined, and there's a ton more races that you can play as, the decks that you get to add to the game. This is another game that's free, but with in-app purchases, you have to buy the extra decks, and I think you can buy everything for about $8 or $9, something like that. It is awesome. One-on-one game, you can play it online or you can play against the computer, which is great, which is something that Hero Academy did not have. And it's got that board game aesthetic, so you actually are playing with cards. Cards work as both your resource and your guys, so you have to manage them in certain interesting ways. You summon somebody next to your summoning stone, and then you have this army that you can progress, move around in different ways and attack the other person's summoning stone and destroy them or their army. So it's very similar to that game, but was around first and is so much more interesting and more refined, I think. They did a great job with the iOS implementation. It's really robust. They took their time and they made it work right, and it's got tons of different... I mean, the thing that's so cool about the world of Summoner Wars 2 is that what other game do you have jungle elves?
Yeah.
They have such interesting characteristics. It's not just the same old Tolkien-esque versions
Right.
of stuff. It's weird, cool combinations.
I dig that.
And this game is fantastic. You can try it out for free. You get one race, I think, for free, and then you can.
Do you get to choose what that race is?
No,
when you
I think
start?
it's. I don't remember what it is, but I think that everybody gets the same one.
Got it,
I
okay.
think. But super
Dude,
great game,
and
great
free.
implementation. Yeah.
Yeah, and
you
freemium.
can check it out free.
I
Yeah.
love that because it literally the bar to entry goes away.
Right.
Because it's like, why wouldn't I just click this button and now I can try it? And if you get hooked, just a little bit of money and then you got the full thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Smart. Smart.
Anyway, those are some of our picks. We'd love to hear from you and tell us what you've been playing on your mobile devices. Yes, we know none of us own Android. There's lots of fun Android games.
Sorry.
None of us own that.
Sorry.
So this is what you're getting. See you next time.
All right, everybody, be sure to stick around. We're going to be answering one of your Twitter questions right after this. But first, we want to thank our sponsor, Ting.
Ooh, tell me about this thing.
What is the Ting?
Oh, ding.
Ting.
Dan's talking.
Dan talked. Dan turned into a Russian baby for a second. So Ting is great. It's run by a bunch of geeks who were frustrated by all the stuff that was going on in the cell phone industry.
That sounds kind of like us.
Exactly, and they were like, look, why don't you just bring some clarity? Let's clarify what's going on for our mobile phone users. So Ting has one simple plan that offers fair, honest pricing, right?
I like that.
Megabytes, minutes, and text message are each billed separately. They're just billed separately. And if you use more than the tier you're paying, you just pay for the next tier that month, nothing ridiculous, and then you go back.
Right, instead of all the crap about like, well, you went over your minute,
overages,
so
which is
now
12
your new
times the
rate is
cost.
crazy.
Yeah, and you're stuck here and all that, and it's
every
12
minute
times.
is gonna tick, tick,
Yep,
tick,
yep,
tick,
yep. But not only that, they bonusify you if you go and use less than you do. So there's no, you can just kind of pick a number that you
Goes
kind of
both
think is your
ways.
target, and they'll actually credit you the difference if you go under.
Nobody else
it's
does
amazing.
that.
No BS. Nobody else does it. Check out totallyradshow.ting.com. That's Ting.com. Try their online savings calculator and see how much money you will save. Plus, you'll get $50 off your device purchase for being a TRS viewer. So go check it out.
I like that.
That's at Ting. We'll see you.
Join us tomorrow for our review of Adventure Time.
Today's Twitter question sent in with the hashtag TRSQ from Sam Thanotheth, who's at Bearfort on Twitter, asks, pick 4 fictional characters to be your Mount Rushmore monument.
I think we should do this cumulatively.
Well, I think you gotta have Indiana Jones.
You gotta have Darth Vader, because Darth Vader cut out of granite, his helmet cut out of granite, amazing.
That's true.
Right?
I think if you have Darth
But
Vader,
you
you
don't have
shouldn't
bad
have.
guys.
But if you have Darth
just-
Vader, you shouldn't have Luke Skywalker.
No.
Because I was gonna say somebody from Star Wars has to be up
It's
there.
so much
No, it should
cooler
be
to
Yoda.
have. Yoda, really?
Yoda.
Vader's helmet.
You don't have
Bad guys.
You don't have.
Why not?
You don't have
Hitler on
who do-
Mount
yeah, you don't
Rushmore.
have, yeah. Who do we
Listen,
like?
are you comparing Vader to Hitler?
We don't have.
Yes. He did blow up an entire fucking planet. I'm just saying.
Yeah. You gotta
Not a
have-
nice guy.
Yoda.
Alderaan had it coming.
Yoda. He's gotta be a good guy.
All right, Yoda.
Yeah, Yoda, Indiana
Superman
Jones.
What
symbol?
about 3PO?
We already had.
I don't think Indiana.
No, not in addition.
You don't think Indiana Jones?
I think we have.
Dr.
you have
Jones is
one
not on
movie.
Mount Rushmore.
You have
Oh, one movie. Oh, okay.
It's gotta be iconic.
All right.
Oh.
McCartney, Lennon, like kind of next to each other.
Oh, a Beatles thing.
I don't know.
Music.
We gotta. I mean, come on.
Thinking
Mozart.
TV.
Mozart.
We're horrible.
I mean, I like.
I go back to Indiana
Fictional
Jones,
characters.
Yoda.
Fictional characters.
Oh.
that's
Fictional
good.
characters. Okay, no, okay. So that puts us in movies, TV,
Video games.
What about like
comics?
the Knight Rider car just like coming out of the mountain?
It's not
What
bad.
is the most
Not
iconic
against it.
face of TV?
The most iconic face of TV. It's obviously television's own Carol Burnett.
What?
I don't know. This is harder than we thought.
I was gonna say Alex
got-
Trebek.
I'm just trying to think of things that look
I think
awesome
the
carved out of.
I think Superman with his
granite.
S curl. You know.
Yeah.
Superman's
there you
face
go.
for sure.
Or Batman. Batman's cool.
Good with the
Yeah.
ears.
Superman's more iconic, but Superman is more iconic than Batman.
Actually, I
That's
would
not
do
up for debate.
Spider-Man over either of those.
Oh, but it's what you want. But I'm saying,
I go
Okay.
Superman with the curl.
yeah.
So we got
Christopher Reeve, by the
those
way.
are way
Yoda
cooler,
and
though.
Superman.
Yeah.
It's a weird looking monument.
So now we need a TV and a video game. Oh, Mario.
Mario.
Perfect.
Mario.
Perfect.
It has to be Mario.
Yeah, perfect.
And then we just need a TV. Who's the face of television? Johnny Carr, Jay Leno.
When you keep saying
Jay
face
Leno?
on television, I keep.
Oh, he's not fictional. Yeah.
I think it should be Kit coming out. I mean, that's not the face of television, but it works for me.
Yeah, it could be.
I'll go with Kit.
I'll go with Kit.
It's like
That's it.
leaping out of the.
That's the Mount
That's
Rushmore.
our Mount Rushmore.
Boy,
Eclectic mix of crap.